All right, guys, back here again with our buddy Lookout Square, and got a few more parts in the, well, one part in the mail yesterday. I'm still waiting on some more stuff to show up. Missed out on my transfer case rebuild kit to come in, so that part of the project is still sitting stagnant. But we got something from Summit here, nothing special. Figured while I was in there and I had to slice the exhaust to pieces to get the transmission out of it, I was like, it's time for a new muffler. So still had the stock 87 muffler on it, which made no sound whatsoever. So nothing big, just a Dynamax 3-inch muffler to go in it, and the box is already open. So I'm gonna put that on here while we get back, get the exhaust put back on this thing. But so yesterday, if you didn't notice or didn't see on my other videos, I did a quick walk around of my camper that we haven't looked at in 4 years now. So you can go check out that video of it where I opened the doors on the building for the first time in 4 years and seeing the mess that I've got to straighten out in there before we get ready to put it on this thing and go to Cape Lookout. So go check that video out if you didn't see it. But I'll hopefully once we get this thing running and back on the road and I can drive it, we're gonna go, I talked to my father-in-law yesterday about it, we're gonna go down there and drag the camper out and see what kind of a mess we got there, because it's pretty dark in there and there's no lighting in the building where it's at. It's just a storage building, just to keep it out of the weather. So last night, the only thing I got done on this thing was the bracket for the drag racer, sorry. The four-wheel drive shifter, there's a bracket that goes actually on the transmission to handle the shifter for the transfer case. Got that bracket on last night. It was a pain. I ended up losing a little bit of blood for it. No big deal. So Jonathan Gibbs was here yesterday. He's gonna help me get the wiring straightened out on this thing. Also gonna fix the floor, make it a really nice deal where we can put nutserts in it, where I can make it a removable cover over both of the shifters in the floor. So I'm gonna tighten up on that. Also, I did take and tweak the shifter handle a little bit. Wasn't really happy. It was over in the center of the truck. Just didn't like it. So stuck it in a vise, took a sledgehammer to it, got it kicked over a little bit to where it's just about perfect now in my hand when you get in the truck and you shift it. I'll show you here just in a minute. But the only thing we got done yesterday was the idler gear and the bracket on the transmission. Said screw it, went home. So hopefully today we'll have parts. And also I've got a slave cylinder coming for it to use the factory slave cylinder. They have a slave cylinder from Silver Sport Transmission, but I didn't opt to buy it because it was another like $600. So I didn't opt to buy that. So I got the factory slave cylinder and factory master cylinder for the clutch on it. And I didn't have a bracket for it. So they overnighted me the bracket. It's gonna be here today, hopefully, so I can get the clutch working. I know I can be able to at least crank this thing this weekend and go through the gears, but I won't have any drive shafts, because I know I said earlier drive shaft is going to be a real problem. Well, drive shaft's not really the problem. The problem is there's no one within 50 miles of here that does drive shafts, and the people that are within 50 miles that do drive shafts seem like they don't want to do drive shafts. So it's really difficult to get someone to fix a drive shaft without you having to drive an hour, hour and a half away, get it done, and then go back and get it. And anybody that's actually happy about doing drive shafts. So anybody knows how to, near the Charlotte area, North Carolina, that knows a good drive shaft place, let me know. I could really use one right now, because I build drive shafts all the time for other projects that I do, and I swear it's the one thing that drives me nuts is nobody around here does drive shafts. Done with that. So let's get back to the truck. I'm gonna walk around here and show you the, oops, got tangled up here, sorry. Show you the shifter from this side. It's a little hard to see, but see if we can see it here. So there's the shifter again, and there's the hole, and I got it raised up to the right height, so the shifter's at the correct height. I had the transmission a little bit low, and I showed the first picture and video about that. But so the only thing we got done here is we got the idler gear. I don't know if you can see it in there, turning, yep, see it. So we got the idler gear in and got the, the big nut on the typical MP205, the nut on the front, 120 pounds. Everything lined up good. all the preload's good on it and everything, so we're good there. We're just waiting on the rest of the kit to get here. And the other thing with the exhaust, I did leave the factory dual tailpipes on it because I always liked that. I always thought they were cool. So it's going to have the factory resonator, factory dual pipes on it. It's just a split dual at the rear. But let's see if I can get this in here. There we go. So the shifter, and I'll post another video of it once I crank it up this weekend, of it actually running and going through the gears, and you'll be able to see it a little bit closer. But for now, just a short video because didn't get a whole lot done yesterday. So hopefully this weekend we'll get a lot done. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't, and comment. Let me know if there's anything you want to see on the truck. Thanks again.